possibly.
But can still interact with the contracts directly.
The blockchain or the blocks level.
Kind of. Somebody built a developer tool, vflat.tools, that lets you go to like break liquidity from all these different pools if you want. But yeah, you have like a.
You want to send that to Jolly via DM. I now can't alt tab or the YouTube video stops.
Yeah, let me do that.
But whatsa? We are live and off the rails. Anybody's joined us. It says 0 people are watching, so I'm greeting nobody right now, potentially, but it also kind of lags. The viewer thing lags behind our stream. So hello to anybody watching the rebroadcast. If any lunatics out there tune into our 3-hour rebroadcast of having technical difficulties and rambling, hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. I usually say it's a beautiful whatever afternoon, but it's a little overcast today. Let's see if we can get a. This is not beautiful in Los Angeles. It's, I don't know. It's, how hot is it outside? Like 60 degrees. It's
not bad.
For being the middle of the winter, it's still pretty great in Los Angeles. It's 66 degrees. So yeah, it's hard to complain when I've seen pictures of other places in the United States and Canada where it's like a fucking blizzard and inches of snow. People have like frost growing in their beard. There was like at the Kansas City game last weekend, the football game, the coach had like icicles growing in his beard. It's like, goddamn, like people got to go play sports out there. I'm freaking cold in my bedroom and it's like 63 degrees. I'm like, oh man, it's cold in here. Complaining about the weather, but welcome, Buzz King. Today we're chilling. We don't really have a much to do today as far as scheduled stuff. So we're just going to be kicking it, watching some videos. We really don't have that many off the rails videos this week, so it's mostly just going to be going down rabbit holes we find, and we might end up getting into some gaming if we run out of stuff to look at in the internet. I don't know. Sometimes these streams are the most fun ones. Thank you for the subscription, Yamster. 19 months. It's quite the time. We appreciate it. Yeah, sometimes these streams that have like no direction end up becoming my favorite. Somebody in the chat will just say some shit, and then I'll end up looking on Wikipedia and Google Images and like falling down rabbit holes. So who knows what we'll get into today? Or maybe it'll just be nothing interesting at all. But either way, we're excited to find out.
Ooh, excuse me.
Bless you.
Let's see. Someone seems to think you can just toggle this to Harmony and it'll connect. I don't think that's true.
I think when you toggle it, I just tried that. I went to some weird like network I've never heard of. I think it was like a Polkadot subchain. Also, for those who are wondering what Max is talking about, because we're talking about it pre-stream, Max is trying to figure out a way to withdraw tokens from DeFi Kingdom, which is a project we were involved with. What is that, a couple of years ago now? I don't know. It seems like forever ago.
Yeah.
But there was a hack on Harmony mainnet and made almost all the bridge assets you used in their liquidity pools to be worthless, and then they bridged all of their stuff to a new chain. But some people in our community, including myself, had a bunch of tokens that were locked, and we're trying to figure out if it's possible to unlock tokens and or even just unstake positions that you had staked there, since the entire thing's on a different network. There's no front end interface to just log in and unstake your positions. So you might be hearing updates from Max on that.
Yeah, I found a way you can interact with this stuff manually.
Rest in peace, Harmony, in my opinion. That entire chain just kind of imploded.
It looks like the DeFi Kingdom kind of thing has got a lot of shit going on now, though. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, I was surprised when I logged in. Like, they got multiple worlds and a bunch of stuff, and it seems like it's still active. It's just unfortunate that... I wonder if I can sell my NFTs, though. I had some pretty decent NFTs. I assume
do
at this
too.
point, though, they're like both
still have 'em.
oversupplied and also like other people are leveling theirs up while mine have been sitting dormant for multiple years. So I assume they're not like as valuable, but if they're worth anything, that's better than them being worth nothing and sitting in my wallet collecting digital dust.
Yeah, right.
Got that digital dust. Hey, Marcelnik, welcome. We're chilling. We're watching videos of workers doing satisfying jobs. What's going on, Quadrell? Are you still playing the finals? I feel like I see you sometimes playing the finals, Quadrell. I think that's you. Whenever people have different Steam usernames than like their usernames on Discord, like it's very hard for me to remember who's who. BuzzKing says peeling the tape off glass is always satisfying. Like peeling off a GPU or CPU case. Yeah, I agree. There's also like, I've talked about this before on our Thursdays, but there's something about like people doing functional stuff to me that's much more satisfying than like, they make like weird satisfying videos where people are like burning putty and like melting marbles through stuff. And it's just like, I guess that looks cool, but like to me, seeing something like actually accomplishing something is more satisfying, especially when people like some of these people doing their jobs, you can clearly see they put in like 10,000 hours, and just seeing someone that's like mastered even such a simple thing and is just like so skilled at it, to me that's super satisfying. Like even it's a very okay, so yeah, I think I see you. Entry is what I was thinking. I've been playing it a bit more. I've noticed the player base is getting more. These guys at a tournament, they're just complaining the entire time that I sucked. I was like, you guys, I'm playing a class I never played just for the daily mission, and this is a casual tournament. Like, go play ranked and complain to those people. And we won the tournament. That's the craziest fucking part. They're like, you should never play tournament again. You suck. I'm like, we won the tournament. Like, we came in first place, and you're still complaining about my performance. I played medium class, and I wasn't killing people, and they're complaining about my kill death, but I had like 10,000 support. I was healing them in the fights and keeping them alive and reviving them so they could kill people because they were the top fraggers. And it was like, I don't know. I didn't want to turn my mic on because I was listening to a podcast, but I could hear them rambling in the background. And I wanted to like at some point just jump in and be like, hey guys, like I'm keeping you alive and you're fragging them and we're winning. That's the strategy. And it worked. We came in first place. So who fucking cares if my kill death ratio isn't good? Like, but their names are also super trolly. I think their names were like Helen Keller and Anne Frank were their player names. And it's just like these guys seem like a lot of fun, not toxic at all.
Yeah. It looks like I can see my hero NFTs on the Harmony site. It works for me.
Did you send that link?
I have to. It's just the regular game link.
Oh.
Like connect you. Like make sure your wallet is connected to a Harmony mainnet, like an RPC that's actually working, and then just launch the game with the wallet in Harmony, and it connects to Harmony.
And that's how I am in Counter-Strike, Quadrell. I have Counter-Strike permanently muted just because people are so outrageously toxic that like it literally ruins my fun when I play the game because like you can't get in there. People are just like screaming racist obscenities and like I don't know. People try to like backseat play, they'll die and then tell you like peek, don't peek that corner, don't look. It's just like, bro, you're dead right now. If you wanted to figure out which corners to peek, you should have fucking stayed alive. Like let me play the game, and you squawking in my ear is not making me perform better. It's actually throwing me off because I can't concentrate. But the finals is just such a team-oriented game that like I like to have my sound on just in case someone's like go to this point or like they explain to me what they're doing on the map, which the pings help. Like if you have good teammates that ping, you don't need the chat. But like sometimes people will be doing, they're like, oh, I'm going to enter through the top, or like, hey, hold out for a second, don't jump in. I'm going to do this, throw them off, and then do something else. So I like having the sound on just in case. I didn't try the solo. I thought it was Solo Banquet it was called or whatever. I haven't tried that yet. I kind of like the team, but I do feel like I kind of wreck with a heavy solo, so I feel like I could probably do pretty good solo. I'm also so much better at heavy than any other one. When I like try to play light or medium, I kind of suck. That's when those guys are pitching at me. I wanted to be like, hey guys, like re-invite me to your party and I'll play with heavy and show you what fragging really looks like, because I pretty much always do super good as a heavy. Although they nerfed my C4, C4 isn't as strong anymore, so I don't get as many C4 kills.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you're probably right, Quadrell. When you're streaming, it's a little worse because if people are like screaming racist obscenities, then it's hard embedded into the sound of your video. So noted. Every time we've streamed, we play with friends, so we've been lucky as far as our friends don't scream racist obscenities into the microphone when we play with them. Yeah, no, I was just saying streaming. I know, I just mean broadcasting audio, whether it be pre-recorded or live. Do you like the new mode, though? I like the fact that it's a team game, so I've been... I kind of prefer the team mode, but maybe I'll try it. I've also been... I mean, yesterday we went through and Max picked a team, but I've been getting hyped on Counter-Strike Fantasy. Also, for some reason, our subscriber thing is broken. It says Mahalo was the last subscriber. I saw Yamster subscribe. That is fake news. So I need to fix our bottom thing. Yeah, the Counter-Strike 2024 season is starting next Monday. And we started a Neon Space Counter-Strike Fantasy League. So if anybody's into like Counter-Strike esports, it's free to join. I'll probably give out some Neon prizes if you're into that sort of thing. And yeah, it's free. And even if you have no idea what you're doing, if you just pick random people and you win, it could be good for you. So I would consider it. I also just want to beat more people. I want more people underneath me on the leaderboard. So come get wrecked. Bring it on. The other thing is it tells you the percentage of players picked. So you can kind of see all the favorites and like pick a pretty decent team by just picking like one of the top 3 players in each category. So you don't really need to know that much about Counter-Strike. And even if you do know a lot about Counter-Strike, like I might be overthinking and I might end up coming in last in our league because I'm picking like some risky guys and I'm like, this guy's like outperforming his current KD, so he's going to play well in this tournament. I'm like getting real into the numbers and I might just get wrecked because I'm choosing risky people, and choosing the like obvious favorites might be the best thing. So we'll see. I feel pretty confident at the moment, but all it takes is 1 or 2 bad games to just completely wreck your entire fantasy. Quadrell says, I sure feel like we need many more game modes. So you're welcoming. Yeah, there's always a balance, though, between if you have too many game modes, it splits the queues. Like, the finals has an active player base, but some games, when you have like too many queues, then it just has like a fragmented player base, and there's not enough people in all the game types. So I do feel like it's a balance between having few enough queues that you can always find games quickly and enough that there's variety. But something like Overwatch has a shit ton of different game types. Last night, though, like I was trying to play Mystery Heroes, and at like 2 or 3 in the morning, you just can't find a match. It takes like 20 minutes to find a Mystery Heroes match, so that was a bummer. I could go through the fantasy again. We are off the rails today. Why not?
Yeah.
We're only 13 minutes in. If people are watching the replay, they can figure it out. You'll have to sit through that rant I just did. But Blast.tv is the website. Let me do a link to our. Let me do a link to our join code. I think my dad's joining too. I got Papa Polish Dog to join the fantasy league. Rock Metal. I don't know if that RCK MTL. I call you Rock Metal. This USB controller I super recommend. It's called the what the fuck is this thing called? Can't read it. The GameSir, but it has magnetic triggers and joysticks, So instead of like using an analog joystick where the physical movement is what decides where the joystick goes, it uses magnets. But the problem with every controller I've bought in the last 5 years is you get stick drift after a couple of years. And this one, because it's not physically analog, like you can't get like dust and shit in there that gets in between the magnets and the controller. So it's supposed to be no stick drift ever. And this is also feeling wise, this is the best controller. Like, I don't know. Max has like the Xbox Pro controllers. I think this feels as good, if not better. This is like one of the best controllers I've ever used. So I super recommend the GameSir. I forget here. Let's look at. We're off the rails, baby. Let's get into. Let's look at this controller. I'm gonna get rid of some of this ADHD shit. GameSir, because it's called something special. Products. They also make like phone controllers, so you can like stick your phone in and have a full control. Let's get Max above me. Gamepads, I think is what it'd be called. Yeah, the G7 is what I have. And you want the Hall effect, that's what it's called. The officially Xbox license too, it has like the Xbox logo on it, which means it's officially licensed. They're also, how much did that say it was? It's $44.99, so it's not that much cheaper than a regular Xbox controller, but I mean, I don't know how many Max has gone through. Those regular Xbox controllers break like all the fucking time, so I feel like it's worth buying one. Yeah, the Hall effect sticks are anti-drift, contactless sensing tech, up to 5 million cycles. I don't know what that means. I've also haven't had mine that long, so I can't say it lasts forever, but yeah, they use magnets instead of physical, and it's supposed to be. And then it's got a bunch of stats that I don't understand, like accuracy up to 0.1 millimeter, smoothness and response area. But the triggers are also that way too, so the triggers have Hall effect, they're not analog. Magnetic swappable faceplate. That I don't know if mine has. I've never taken it off. It's also got it's got like the extra buttons. It's got the 2 top buttons and then the 2 back buttons if you want to bind those to anything, which is kind of nice. I don't really use that, but I know some gamers are into it. But I use this on my PC, but it also works for Xbox, so. Definitely recommend that. I'm a mouse and keyboard guy for the most part. Like when I play first-person shooters, 100% keyboard and mouse, but I play like the big game I play at the joystick is STG Football. It's like an arcade football game, and that's much better. Rocket League, I think, is way better at the joystick. And then I also like playing I play a baseball game. What the fuck is that baseball game called? Let me see my Steam. Super Mega Baseball 4. Super Mega Baseball 4 is much more fun with a joystick. So mostly sports games for me. I don't know if they have replacement parts. Let's see. Accessories, maybe? Yeah, they have, well, anti-friction rings. They have new thumbstick caps. I don't know. It doesn't look like they have like totally replaceable parts. You could probably like email them though and ask. Super Mega Baseball is different than the SNES one. We're off the rails. We're going to show you Super Mega Baseball. I'm a huge fan of arcade sports games. And Super Mega Baseball, I think, is the best. It almost reminds me of like Backyard Baseball. I don't know if you ever played those games where you're like the little kids playing baseball. Super Mega Baseball 4 is cool because they added in legacy players. So now they have a bunch of like Hall of Fame and like super historic players. Like you can play as Babe Ruth and stuff, and it's super cool. I have Babe Ruth on one of my teams. He's like my pitcher and my cleanup hitter. He's fucking pitching and batting fourth. I'm like, let's go. A power hitter that also throws fastballs. Get on my level. This is Super Mega Baseball. Let's see.
Mercy.
Legends say they're still trying to get to that ball.
Like bobblehead.
Here's a gameplay trailer.
Gameplay engineer from Metalhead. Traits. 5 unique player traits, including all. In SMB4, you will find 75 unique player traits, including all 20 that were in SMB3. Players with traits are also.
That's the other thing is like all the players have unique traits. So it'll be like plus 10 power and batting against the left-handed pitcher. And then you can try to like find good traits for your position. And then there's also negative traits. It can be like your guy has less accuracy on the first pitch, or like your guy's a choker when like the count's full, he strikes out more often. So there's like arcade stats. And then there's things where like they have chemistry. So like this is a yellow trait. If you get 3 players on your team with the yellow trait, then your entire team chemistry gets a boost and they all get better stats. So there's like stats for building your team, and then the creative mode's really great. You can like do a draft, and then there's also like training and stuff, so you can improve your player stats and have chance to either gain or lose traits. And you like spend roster money on your training facilities. It has a really like in-depth campaign, I guess you could call it, or franchise mode you would call it, which I really like. I do that a bunch, and you can choose which players are in the draft pool. So I'll do like mostly the legend players with like a couple of the players that are like made up names and stuff.
Much more common than they were in SMB3, as the majority of players now sport 1 or 2 traits. Many of the new traits focus on making batter-pitcher matchups more dynamic. For SMB4, we wanted to add some more control over when players stayed or left your team at the end of the season, but still maintain some of the variability that makes each franchise playthrough special. So we added a new player re-signing feature. Each rostered player in franchise mode.
Yeah, they have loyalty, so like there'll be a thing after the game where it's like 2 of your players like made fun of someone on Twitter, like choose which one to punish, then they lose loyalty. And the lower their loyalty is, the less likely they are to re-sign to you. Like if you have 100% loyalty, you can just offer them the same amount of money, but if not, they ask for more money, and they might not sign if you don't give them more money if you try to re-sign them at the same price. So like the loyalty matters. That's kind of fun too.
Now has a loyalty attribute that represents how loyal the player is to the team. Throughout the regular season, you'll be presented with new manager moments. Each moment presents a decision that will affect 1 or 2 players' loyalty. Once you arrive at the end of the season, there's a new player re-signing phase. Every player on your team will present to you their asking salary for next season. Players with higher loyalty will ask for lower salaries relative to their abilities, while players with lower loyalty will ask for higher salaries. Lastly, let's talk about changes to gameplay on the field. The scaling of our players has changed to allow for more room on the field. We've also improved the on-field cameras to enhance some gameplay, like our new line drive camera to help you judge whether to jump or not, and our new pitching and batting camera angles. SMB4 is very much still a baseball simulation with an arcade presentation. And there you have it. Tons of exciting stuff in SMB4.
That's awesome. I wonder if I can find I had a really sweet neon team. Super mega baseball. Neon team. Oh, here we go. I found the picture. Max is kind of in the way. Let's see if I can move him.
Yeah, texting Yola about the
Yeah, I made a
here.
custom neon team. So my franchise is for the neon with a guitar, and I like made their jerseys the neon space colors: teal, purple, and yellow. And you get to choose like everything up to like the hat and the socks, and like I don't know. I get really nerdily into the franchise mode. So this game, not only is it fun, like to actually play the arcade game, but like the simulator and the team management part is really fun. All right, back to Counter-Strike. We're getting real off the rails. All right, so if you want to join the Counter-Strike League, wait, let's go to Counter-Strike Fantasy. I probably won't save this, but you'll be in the private Neon League. You can see here we got me, Jolly, I'm the KY, Buzz King, Toon, Mr. Dr. Montasuerte, and Neon Max. 8 managers. You could be the 9th. But you get to choose one player from each. Let me turn the music back on. One player from each category. And essentially, the people in Diamond are the best performers, and the people in Bronze are the worst performers. So the people in the higher tiers are more likely to get more kills and higher score. So you can't just stack your team with like 5 of the best players. You can only get like 1 of the players from the best tier. But I'll do edit players. And I guess let's look at the brackets too. So if you look at, where's the bracket? Here we go. If you look at the brackets, wait, Max is in the way again.
Let's see. Yeah, who's playing first?
Whoever loses the first match goes to the elimination match. And if you lose 2 matches, then you're out of the tournament. So it's a double elimination format, which means if you have a player in a team that loses twice, they only play 2 games, whereas like Vitality is most likely going to go 3-0. We'll see. But if Vitality wins this match, they go to the second and they get a third. So anybody that wins 1 match gets automatically 3 matches. So you generally want to pick players on teams that are not going to lose twice because your points are based on how many matches you play and your leaderboard on the match. So if your player gets in first place, you get 100 points. And if you get in 10th place, you get 10 points. And everything else, like 2 is 90, 3 is 80, and it goes down. And you want to play more matches so you have more chances to get points. And also, if your team loses twice in a row, probably the performance of those players on this team are going to be really bad. So even if you have the best player on a worse team, he's probably going to get ranked like 4th. So you get like 2 4th matches, or like 4th through 7th. Like, I guess it's 5th would be the worst you could do. But thank you for the subscription, Mahala. Yeah, so if you pick a player on a bad team, they could likely get less points than even like if you have the worst player in Vitality, he'll probably get like 6th or 7th 3 times, and that might be better than someone who gets 4th twice. So worth considering getting a worse player on a good team than the best player on the worst team. And the kind of like super sweaty strategy would be to pick someone that will lose 1 match and then make it to the final, which, let's see, my favorites for that would maybe be like Cloud9 or Virtus Pro. I don't know which one. Virtus Pro should probably win, so Cloud9 might be a good choice because they'll probably beat Heroic, and then they'll probably beat Virtus Pro will be Big, and then we'll get to the upper bracket final. And then if Cloud9 loses, they go back down, and they'll probably beat Big or Heroic again, and then they'll make it to the group finals. That would be 1, 2, 3, 4 matches. So you'd be on 4 leaderboards instead of 3. So if you can pick a team that isn't just going to go 3-0, they could actually get more points than the best team. So that definitely is a riskier strategy, though, because if they just don't make it as far, yeah, they might not make it to the finals. So picking like a really good player on the best team might do better than someone who loses after 3 rounds. But you just don't want anybody that gets eliminated after 2. So like the worst teams, like I'd stay away from Heroic. I'd stay away from Big. Stay away from Ninjas in Pajamas. I would stay away from... Actually, all these are pretty... This is probably the toughest bracket. But the favorites are FaZe and Vitality. They've came in first and second the last 2 tournaments. Vitality first, FaZe second. And then the other thing I'd say is if you know nothing about Counter-Strike and you really just want to quickly figure out like how well players did, you can go to each player team screen. Oops. Go where I wanted to go. Has the stats of each player from last season. So this is their overall season stats. And the most important stats are kill-death ratio and average damage per round, which is ADR. It takes 100 damage to kill someone. So the closer to 100, the better you are. And you want people with positive ratios. So like the best player on this team is BlameF, because BlameF has the highest kill-death ratio and the highest average damage per round. So when you're looking at like players in this list, like this last one's the hardest one to find. So we can look at Boombit on Cloud9 and compare him to Alexi B. Boombit has a 0.72 kill death ratio and a 62 ADR. And then let's look at Alexi B on Navi. Alexi B has a 0.93 kill death ratio and a 67 ADR. So to me, Alexi B is the better choice because he has a much better kill death ratio. And for whatever reason, more people pick Boombit, but I'm going with the underdog there. I don't mind showing my selections. I mean, I would agree that I would suggest you don't just copy my picks because then you can't beat me. If we have the same exact picks, you're going to tie. So, for the fun of competing, you should at least try to get a couple of players on your own. The other thing is, like, if you pick all of the most selected players, like, you're going to get the same score as everybody. And there's a global leaderboard and prizes. If you're able to win, you can get Steam credit. So I suggest picking at least a few underdogs if you want to try to outperform the general population. ZywOo I'm picking because ZywOo is literally the best player in the world. Last time I didn't pick ZywOo and I regretted it. He's just, if you look at his stats here, he has a 1.48 kill death ratio, which is, like, I think literally the highest out of any player. He's the #1 ranked Counter-Strike player of 2023. And he was like the #2 player in 2022 and the #1 player retired. So he's like pretty widely accepted as the current best player. The other person I would say potentially choosing in here would be Rops. Rops is really good, and he's also on the second best team in the game. I picked him last time, and he didn't do me poorly. Like, he got top 5 every single time, and he won every match. So that worked out for me. Monzi is also very good, but I feel like G2 is a less good team, so they're less likely to make it as far. But I think they'll at least win 3 games. They might not make it to the final, but they should win at least 3. And then Device is the kind of former best player in the world. Device has been playing for a long time. He's been playing, I think, let's see, how old is Device? HLTV. Or let's just look up Device. Liquipedia is a good website for looking up stats on players. The Device is 28 years old, and I think ZywOo is like 24. ZywOo is 23, so he's been playing 5 years longer. And Device is like he's like a legend of the previous Counter-Strikes, but generally the younger players perform better. So Device is solid, but personally, I'm going with ZywOo here. But Spinks is also really good. Rops is good. I mean, all of these guys are like the best players in the game, which is why I have them in the Diamond League. So you basically just want to choose who you think is going to get the most matches or the best on the maps. But like a sneaky play could be Electronic, because as I said, Cloud9 has a chance to play 4 matches. So if he performs in the high tier in 4 matches, he might outscore ZywOo. So there are some like sneaky plays you could do, but you could also not have that happen, and then he just performs worse than ZywOo. I'm personally going with ZywOo. There's a reason 69% of people select him. He's the best in the world. And then for the second one, I feel like going with Flames and Mezzi is not a bad idea. Like, if you really want to stack your team, getting 2 people on Vitality and 2 people on FaZe is the safest, because they're the most likely to keep qualifying and be at the top of the leaderboards. So I'm going to go with the FaZe guy. And I like Frozen. Brockie, he's the opper. He uses the sniper rifle. He has much more experience than Frozen on FaZe. Frozen is a new trade last season, but he was like the best player on his team, and he got kind of like, FaZe is kind of like the Yankees. They steal all the good players from the other teams, and they stole him from his team. So I'm taking Frozen, but I think Brockie is a good selection. If Wonderful is in a lower tier, I really like Wonderful. He was a rookie He was a rookie on Navi on the last tournament, and he ended up like outperforming most of his teammates. So this guy has a ton of promise, and Navi's the 3rd best team in the world. So I like Wonderful too. I don't think you can go wrong with Mezzi or Flames. I'd stay away from the guys on Big, but anybody else seems pretty decent. But I'm going with Frozen. I like Mr. Frozen. Let's see gold. I'd also stay away from Team OG, and Ninjas in Pajamas is probably the worst team in the entire competition. OG, Ninjas in Pajamas, and also I think Heroic would be the teams I stay away from. I don't think any of those teams are even top 30, but you can also check if you go to HLTV has the world rankings of each team, which obviously the rankings can change, but that's how good their team is in the world, and the teams that are higher up are more likely to go to the further rounds. So you see Vitality's first, FaZe is second, as I was saying, if you stick with those guys. Navi is fourth, but Mao's isn't in the tournament, so for the tournament's sake, they're basically third in the tournament. Futures Pro is in there, G2 is in there, Monty is not. Complexity is Cloud9, Falcons. Spirit, Big is 16, so Big wasn't as bad as I thought they were. They're actually better than Gamer Legion. Astralis, I think, are going to be underdogs because they just signed 2 new people that were top players on Heroic from last year. So I think their stats haven't caught up because they've only played like 4 matches with the new guys. So Astralis are kind of my my dark horse that I'm rooting for. Ninjas in Pajamas fifth. Heroic isn't even on this list, and Team OG isn't even on this list. So I would stay away from Heroic and Team OG. They're not even top 30 in the world, and they're playing against people who are like, you know, top 10. So stay away from those teams. And this is where I picked my Astralis, which this is like my dark horse pick. This could either screw me or I'll look like the smartest person ever. So this guy got like his first 2 matches with Astralis, he got 0.8 and like 0.7, which is very bad kill death ratio and not going to win me the competition. He's gonna be at the bottom of the leaderboard. But then his next 2 competitions, he got like 1.2 and 1.3. So I'm like, I don't know. This guy is streaky, but last season he did good. So I'm choosing Stavin. Jobby's also pretty solid as well. People here like Twist though, and I feel like Twist or Rain are kind of the safe options, just because Rain is on FaZe. I also like JL. JL is one of the best players on Navi, and he is Navi's ranked 3, so they're one of the stronger teams in the competition. But this is my dark horse pick. I'm going with Stavin. This will either sink or swim me. And the other reason I didn't want to choose JL here is because I choose Ema. Ema is my other kind of dark horse, but I feel like Apex is the most selected here because he's on the best team. He's on Vitality, but he's the worst player on Vitality. So I don't know. And Kerrigan is also the worst player on FaZe. In-game leaders are generally the worst players on their team. They're the people who make the calls. They call like, oh, go defend this bomb site or go rotate here, or like the strategy on offense. They're like, 3 of us go here, throw the flashbang, then throw the smoke here. So they're more like strategy oriented than they are mechanically skilled. And they're generally the oldest, like most experienced players on the team, which is what Alexi B is. But I like Alexi B as strong stats for an in-game leader. But Kerrigan honestly has pretty bad stats. Like I would not choose Kerrigan personally, but I like a bunch of people like him. If you look at him, he has a 0.76 kill death ratio and a 62 ADR. But he is on FaZe, so FaZe is likely to make it to the final round. So he's kind of safe in that sense. But personally, I like Alexi B. And here I choose Ema. Ema did great for me in the last tournament, and he ended up like carrying my team to victory on a few rounds. So I'm making him my captain, which is also kind of risky because he's really streaky. He went from being like one of the top players in all the tournaments to like a mid to bottom tier player, and then I feel like he's kind of having a comeback. So I'm trying to like bank on that, but we'll see. Hit a captain. Oh, also the way that captains work is the higher tier, the less of a multiplier you get. So if you choose someone that's a worse player, they get higher amounts of points. If you choose a bronze tier, you get 2x, and that's not for your team. That is for that player individually. So like if Alexi B gets 50 points on a map, he actually gets 100. So he can perform much worse than the higher tier players, get you more bonus points. Whereas ZywOo gets a 1.2 times bonus. So if he gets, I don't know, what is 20% of 50? If he gets 50, if he gets 50 points, he gets 20% of that, which is less than
10 points more.
10?
20% of 50 is 10, yeah.
So, yeah, so he'd get 60. So it's the difference between 100 and 60, but ZywOo is probably going to get a lot higher than 5th on most maps. So you kind of have to gamble. But that's why I like Ema, because Ema was able to get in the top 3 on a bunch of maps, but he's a much lower down, but he could also end up like shitting the bed and really screwing me. So these are kind of my my dark horse picks that will make or break my team. But boom, lock it in. Let's check out Ema's stats on here. Another thing I like to check out is on HLTV. You can see, if you go to complete statistics, you can see their ADR or their rating over time. So like, as you can see,
that's pretty cool.
Really strong. He was at like 1.06, 1.14, 1.13. This is when he was like April, July 2022. He's like one of the best players in the world. And then you can see by, what is this, August 21, he went down to 0.91. He just like flatlined, but then you can see he kind of climbed back up, and then he fell down even lower. And he fell down to 0.94. But this was the last tournament. He's up to a 1.08. So like, he's very streaky, which is dangerous, but like, I feel like if he's playing at a 1.08, which was the last tournament he played, and he's 0.99 in December. If you can play at that level and you're getting him at the silver price and he gets that big of a boost, like he could outperform some of the better players. But again, he's streaky as shit, so he could fall back down to here and then be a bad decision. So, whereas Wonderful, that other guy's telling you about, is at 1.13, and that's from his first tournament ever, I think. Like, he's only played one top tier tournament, which is pretty nuts. I really like Wonderful. I was hoping he was not going to be in Diamond. He was going to be my steal, because he was in one of the way lower categories in the last tournament, because like people thought he was not going to do good because he's young. There's also another guy, I think his name is Donk or something. He's supposedly supposed to be like let's see if I can find him. I forget what team he's on. He's not on this one. Is he on Spirits? No. But there's a guy who's like he's like a 17-year-old or something, and he's never played at this level. But he's like, people think he might be one of the best players in the world. How do I not remember his name? But there's a lot of hype around him. Let me see if I can find him on this list. Edit players. Not there. I feel like if I see his name, I'll remember it, but I just don't remember it. I feel like I just have his name totally wrong. I'll also read the chat and see if you guys are saying anything. Do you know who I'm talking about? I am the KY? It's not Donk, is it? What's going on, Sensei Bullrog? Monesy is definitely more. I'm thinking Donk because that's the name of that fucking token we were looking at yesterday.
Yeah, I was gonna say. That's what I know it from.
The fuck is this guy? I thought he was on one of the new teams too. Unless I'm like having a stroke. Maybe he's not in this tournament. But people are saying him plus Zywoo is like the best combination that people are talking about on the HLTV forums. I also somehow got banned for 10 years on the HLTV forums. I have no idea how that happened. I posted a question asking when people thought fantasy would start, and I guess that's warrant for banning me for 10 years.
Damn.
I used to gamble money on CSGO back in the days, lost a lot on Navi, so many upsets. Where's Mark to appreciate your new Counter-Strike winner? Mark is making pizza. Are you interested in joining? Do you know stuff about Counter-Strike, Mocha? If you missed the intro of this long segment, we have a Neon Fantasy League, so if you want to join, it's free to join. You said nope. Okay, well, you don't have to, but let me put the invite one more time in case somebody wants to join. It's free, and even if you know nothing, I don't know, it's fun. Really, what I think it does is it gives you excuse to watch the matches, and when you have players competing, it makes the matches way more fun to watch because you're like rooting for specific players, and it makes the plays like if your guy gets a triple kill, you're like, yeah, let's fucking go. And I don't know, it makes it fun.
Yeah.
I just don't know. I'm having. It's not nerds. Let me go to the HLTV forums. I'm gonna fucking lose my shit if I can't remember the name of this young guy. Donk, is that his name? I think it is Donk. Is that what I said?
It is, but then we thought it was the coin.
So he's on the Spirit, but he's not even showed on the lineup here. That's what's getting me. Interesting. Did he get dropped from the team before this tournament? Because you can pick him in the you could pick him in the HLTV one. Let's go to Liquipedia. Let's get to the bottom of this, or maybe HLTV will have it. He's 16 years old. And he's a 1.37 2.0 rating, which is very high. I mean, like, Zywoo, the best player in the world, is a 1.49. So for being a 16-year-old, people think this is like the whiz kid, and he's going to end up being like a... I don't know. Let's see. Spirit. Maybe they're not playing him because this would be his first tournament. No, he's on the lineup for HLTV. So maybe Blast has it wrong. Looks like Hallie is no longer on the team. Or Baz. So one of these two is not accurate. Hallie is the coach now. So in if you draft this guy, he might be the coach instead of the fucking player. So I would not recommend doing that. I don't know. Let's look at Liquipedia might give us more information. Liquipedia. Let's look at Spirit. Spirit's also ranked super high, and I've never seen them before, so they might do well. Weird, they don't have like the lineup. Oh yeah, Team Spirit, that's what we're looking for. Donk is active. Let's see, 2023. December 17th, they benched Art Frost and they acquired Shiro from Cloud9. They promoted Zontix, Art Frost, and Donk from Team Spirit Academy on July 5th. Wonderful, the guy I really like from Navi. I guess he came from this team. You'll see like the kind of top teams will steal the best players from these kind of like almost like farm teams, but I guess Team Spirit is one of the best in the world, so I don't know if you can really consider them a farm team. But according to Liquipedia and this, Donk is on the roster, so I don't know what's up with Blast TV might be behind. Yeah, he's kind of somebody to look out for. People think he's going to be really good, but he's also untested. I don't think he's really played at the S tier level that much. Let's see if we can look at his matches, his results. Yeah, their last... I guess he played in the S tier for a couple things last year. If you look, it's mostly like qualifier B tier, C tier, B tier, A tier, but they got in first place in an A tier, so we'll see. But this guy's kind of an up-and-comer. People are very interested. But I guess you can't pick him in Blast TV anyway, so... Yeah, that's weird. It's weird they don't even have him, and they have like the coach as a player you can select. Get your shit together, Blast TV.
Rookie mistakes.
This is for Counter-Strike 2, Noviana. Wait, Spirit's not in the Blast tourney? I thought they were. They're one of the 4 new additions. So there's 4 new teams. It used to be a 12-team roster for and the 4 new teams are Gamer Legion, Team Falcon, Spirit, and Vitrus Pro. I feel like Gamer Legion's kind of the weird one on that list. So if you look at the world rankings, Falcons is 10, Spirit is 13, and Vitrus Pro is 5. So those are all top 20 teams. I guess Gamer Legion's 18. That's not that bad. The weirder ones are like Heroic and OG. Because Heroic and OG are not even on the top 30 list. So it's like, how the fuck are they making it into these tournaments? And I would bet against them. As a betting man, I would bet against Heroic and Team OG. They're partner teams. I also feel like Ninjas in Pajamas is like a lower tier team. I would bet against them too. If I was betting on 3 teams to lose, it'd be Heroic, Ninjas in Pajamas, and OG. And I think they're all in separate brackets too. I think the hardest bracket is bracket 2. Because bracket 2 is FaZe, Gamer Legion, Spirit, and Liquid. Those are all top 20 teams. But I guess Gamer Legion would be the underdogs there. I don't know. I get it if people aren't interested in this, but I find it really fun. I find just going through all the stats and trying to figure out like what might happen based on the data interesting. I just got into fantasy football and like I was not a fan of football. I hadn't watched it in like 10 years, but like just being able to sort through the stats and like figure that stuff up and look at matchups too, because like you can tell who these players are going to play. Like OG's playing Vitality, they're going to get fucking smoked. This is the number 1 team in the world versus a team that's not even in the top 30. And then they're going to have to play Astralis or Falcons. So like they're playing Astralis is the worst of those, but they, as I was saying, are kind of dark horses because they just got 2 really good new players. So I feel like OG just has no chance in this bracket. And also I feel like Vitality is going to probably 3-0 this pretty easily. Team Falcons is the biggest competition and they're rank 10. But Astralis is 17 and OG's above 30. So you can kind of like guess what's going to happen in these brackets based on the matchups. But also, you know, it's a game. Anything can happen. Any given Sunday, as they say in football, you could have upsets. But it's still fun to try to figure it out based on the data. Anyway, if anyone wants to join, it's free. You can join our league. I'll send out neon blend tokens as prizes for my personal collection. This is my team. These are the winners. Don't steal my picks. We got a grubfish going. If anyone wants to join, !neon in your Wax wallet. And thanks for hanging out and watching, everybody. Hope you're having a fantastic Thursday. What are you up to, Max? Are you still looking at
I got that finished.
Like
Yeah, I pretty much figured it out. So you want to know the takeaway here is the jewel that we had in DeFi Kingdom. So just for reference for people who weren't listening to what I was doing in the background here, there's a what is it called? Gamified like DeFi like I don't know project called DeFi Kingdoms that we used to do on Harmony, where you had some NFTs and some stake liquidity and stuff. So if you connect to that game site now from your wallet while you're set to Harmony, it'll open up like a sort of smaller version of the world. And then if you talk to the druid, you can find your liquidity and unwrap it there. So there is still a front end for that. The locked jewel that you had, you actually cannot unlock, but you got some airdropped tokens in exchange for that on the DeFi Kingdom blockchain. So if you then click on the doc master and you say go to I don't know, the crystal, whatever the name is, and then once you're in the new world, you know, and you've changed your wallet to DeFi Kingdom's blockchain, then you can go to the jeweler and you have some locked jewel and some crystals there that you can claim. I had about 1,000 locked jewel on my Harmony side wallet, and I ended up with like 550 crystal and like 60 jewel on the jewel blockchain. All that stuff was worth maybe like $20. You can also bridge your NFT heroes and your NFT items, but each asset is individually going to add to the cost of bridging, so might not be worth it. Bridging isn't super cheap, but all your stuff is accessible. You can move it all into the currently active game, and you probably have some assets on that currently active game's blockchain because you get those airdropped to you for initially having had participated on Harmony. And all that stuff is still there, just waiting to be claimed. So I found it.
What'd you say about, is it the gas fees, or is it worth claiming?
I would like moving all my items. I'd say no, but like moving a hero, maybe. Like depends.
Oh
on
yeah, it's because they
having
had
a
all
hero.
those like weird like apples and like weird fucking
Yeah, I have like a
individual
bunch of
assets you
fish
get out
that
of
I got
missions.
from like yeah, exactly.
You
from,
trying to
like,
get the
fishing. I
sticks?
probably- those are done.
Bridge over your sticks.
I have like 127 tiers, a couple runes. So I don't know. I'll have to like actually do some like digging to see what assets are actually valuable on the destination chain before I decide to bridge.
This was a couple of years ago, and it wasn't as much as a rug as Harmony got hacked, and the whole game
yeah.
was based around providing liquidity to a DeFi platform. Is like a GameFi game, and
it was like if you think about Alcor, on Wax, it was like if Alcor instead of having like the liquidity pool tab, if you just had like a game looking thing where it's like you talk to the trader and you tell him you want to do this thing, and it like adds like a game skin to a Dex, but it was just a Dex at its core. Like a Uniswap.
The thing that happened is Harmony had a bridge hack where the assets that you had to provide, you had to like pair Harmony, like Ether or Harmony USDC wrapped assets with Jewel, their token, and the one half of all the assets got hacked and all the money got pulled out of the bridge. So basically, everybody providing liquidity got wrecked, and the entire DeFi scene on Harmony was just completely gutted overnight. So they changed chains. So I mean, it's like I wouldn't call it a rug as much as like the chain just collapsed on itself.
Like a chain migration. They launched their own blockchain too, and
now
they're more
like
integrated with
Avalanche. But
yeah, they're more integrated with like Avalanche and what is the other chain?
The sad thing is the end result is still your value still got fucked. Like if they just ran with the money, it's no different than somebody stealing all the money out of the bridge. So the end result for the user is as bad as a rug for most people. So I don't know.
Yeah.
The fact that they're still building, I guess, is nice. But like if you are participating in the game on the GameFi side, you got absolutely wrecked.
I might bridge my hero and just keep like leveling him up because I was doing that like just for the shit of it, for the fun of it. But I don't know. It is annoying. And like I said, looking into what all this stuff was worth, it was worth about $20. The jewel at the time that like they migrated, the locked jewel would have been worth like thousands. Of course, it was locked and vested for like a year, so it's not like I could have sold it anyway. But it was a different time. This was during the height of the bull market. But it is kind of cool to see that I have a bunch of assets on a chain that I've never even touched yet. I'm also watching. It looks like the market's gonna do a little bit of a retest and then probably continue down. We got a long way to go before we hit the target for this sell-off. We'll have to see how it goes.
So we have to give away. We need to do some sort of new like collab thing. We're kind of out of Neon Space NFTs to give away. Somebody hit me up today and they're like, "Oh, we're trying to do like a collab giveaway. Do you have any prizes you can donate?" And I was just like, "Not really. I guess we have like a lot of these we can't give away. They're like these are extra set bonuses. These are supposed to be burned. I just sent them to the wallet so they wouldn't like. I guess we have our Cosmos 11 collabs and then like a handful of Crittercraft packs, but we're pretty low. Let's give away a Crittercraft pack. These are getting pretty rare. 376 of 525 have been burned. Squid Coin was pretty ridiculous. That was after like Squid Game got popular. Somebody just made something called a Squid Coin and rugged it like immediately.
It went to 0. I love that video of the guy watching it live.
We're off the rails. Let's see if I Squid token
He's like,
row.
oh, it went
That's
to
one of the.
0.
I don't know why I haven't soundbited that yet, but this is one of my favorite.
Just the way he goes.
Amount of coins that are locked, staked, whatever the fuck's going on. That would be the fully. But obviously the real one is not. So the market cap is $2.168 trillion. And now the market. Oh, it went to 0. Damn! There we go. Squid Games. Sayonara, motherfucker. Oh, good.
You guys did that again.
Oh, it went to
Watching
0.
the candle just live drop is pretty crazy.
$8 trillion. And now the market.
$1
Oh!
to nothing.
Oh! It went to 0.
Sayonara.
And that's what happens when you invest in Squid Game token.
That's what happened when you play the Squid Games and you lose.
Fuck around and find out.
That's so funny. It went to 0.
The fact
When,
that it happened
uh,
live on a stream, that was pretty wild.
That is really cool. I'd be like, clip it. It went to 0. I don't think I've ever
Okay.
seen anything live tank to 0.
Neither. I'm also not usually looking at charts of rug pulls.
Yeah, same. I'm looking at charts a lot, but they're like it's like Bitcoin and Ethereum more often than not.
What else to do? Should we watch some more off the rails videos? We only have 2 of them, so
Yeah, pull them up. I know I want to see the one I shared. It went to 0. Oh, this one's in range.
I think Wapaka just said he got added as a Woofy partner.
Oh, fuck yeah, that's dope, dude.
Shout out to Wapaka, and I don't know if that
give
was
some
information I wasn't supposed to share publicly, but
Oh shit.
I mean, they said you can share the partnership announcement on Twitter, so I assume that's okay. But
Okay, there you go. So then
if
it's
not,
fine.
that definitely didn't happen. But that means you might be able to earn it from like using Wax on Edge or something. Which
Yeah, that'd be a kick-ass way to incentivize Wax on Edge. Start giving out
congrats to Wapaka. He also said we should apply,
Woofy partner. We should apply. Fuck yeah, dude.
so then we could incentivize the Neon liquidity pool. I also don't.
Yeah.
Did you ever reach out to Alcor to see if they could manually approve our thing?
I did, but they never hit me back. So I'm gonna just reach out to the guy personally because I talked to him directly. I don't know. I was going through their
You reach out to
normal
Zuler. I
channels.
feel like Zuler is the only person that's gonna.
Yeah, I'll talk to Zuler.
Like, I don't know if the dev actually really like. Zuler is like the mouthpiece for the dev. I feel like if you want to contact the dev, you just talk to Zuler. Also, have you been sending those rewards? I haven't kept up with it.
I owe a few still now but we're going on Alcor, right?
I told people they
Yeah.
had like a 4-week grace period where we'd reward both, but I don't know. That's definitely over, but I don't know where you are at in the rewarding process.
Yeah, okay. I'm just.
You can
on
go look at
Alcor
the
now.
announcement in our Discord,
Yeah.
and that'll give you this timestamp. Yeah, I might apply to be a Woofy partner. I mean, if we can give our community free tokens, why not?
Fuck yeah, dude. I'd be all over that. Plus, we've been around the block and it'd be fun to give out like meme coins.
Let's see. I forget what I was about. Oh, yeah, I was trying to look in our Discord to see videos, and I got distracted by Wapaka's DM. I feel like Wapaka deserves that compared to like a lot
Yeah,
of
hell
people
yeah.
building on Wax. He's built like the most functional thing for Wax DeFi besides the actual exchanges themselves.
Yeah, for real. Like an exchange aggregator is fucking awesome. I trade everything I trade on other blockchains is always through aggregators and never through an actual DEX. I use the actual Dex to
Alright, this is
supply
for Max?
liquidity, but I'm not like using that. Okay, let's see. Oh yeah, this is a good one.
Get you out of
Yeah,
here.
there we go. I'll move me out of the way.
Too many friggin'.
You're like a
Yes.
tiny little screen though, huh?
Whoa, is that a bull?
Yeah, like a cow or a bull.
What was that? That's not.
He got some air, dude. He got some fucking pop, dude.
Almost like a horse. I don't
I think he's trying to catch the biker.
that sound.
I hope he's okay. I feel like it's a pretty, beefy animal. He'll probably be fine.
He's got strong neck muscles.
Yeah, probably.
All right, this I think was sent by Yamster. This wasn't even in the Off the Rails channel that I'm adding. He said Mark should hire this guy to deliver pizzas for him.
He has another 6 screen.
See that massive stack of pizzas?
Oh my!
This guy doesn't have a car. He's trying to deliver it.
This
on a
guy's
one-
like,
He's gonna one wheel that shit.
there's no way.
The backside of that thing isn't even high enough.
Is this really one order?
Yeah, it is.
Is this really one?
I think this is gonna break the record. What's up, guys?
What's up?
Oh,
Dude, what?
He puts like a board on top of it, and then like there's like a carrying thing in the bottom.
Can I sit
and
over
fucking
here so we can
straps it in
watch?
like a heavy load in the back of a truck.
And they're all going to the same place.
It's all
I mean,
one
it looks
order.
good.
Going to.
What are you
I
doing?
assume he's
ordering
having a
that
party.
pizza? Are you feeding like a little league team?
Oh, this is by party.
Damn, dude.
Yeah.
Dude, I've been watching. There's no way. There is no way. There is
The
no
most
way.
I've done was like 12 before. This would break that record.
Yeah, this is way more important.
This right
I
there.
like how this is such an impressive feat that like an entire crowd is surrounded.
I don't think
I mean, dude, this is incredible. It's huge.
They better give you a fat ass tip.
I hope not. That's good.
It's crazy.
About a mile that way. I only do it McKay's Mill when I'm on the scooter.
What is he?
So he has to go.
Okay, I
about
think it'll
a mile.
work.
What is that? Is that a wheel?
Dude,
I have absolutely no I don't see.
It's like one wheel. No.
dude, what? How many pizzas is that?
It's a backpack like attached to that board.
Good thing you have a car.
Oh, safety first. He even has a little like flag.
I don't know. We just came up. Oh, is that what he's riding?
Dude, and then he's doing it on a fucking
I
one
have
wheel.
no clue.
How long this took that?
Dude, the fact that they can make that many pizzas and they're all hot and ready at the same time is nuts. How are they making that many? Like, aren't the ones that came out first cold at this point?
You better give me a big tip.
Oh my gosh.
we did it at Papa John's. Like people ordered it, didn't pick them up. They sat
It
in.
Oh, yeah, I
Like,
think it's, no, I think it's gonna.
I gotta get up for this.
All right, let's
Tell the
see.
truth.
Oh,
Yeah. It feels like it's moving. Is it
As if they
moving?
won't see the
no, it's not moving at all.
5 feet of pulses on his back. They'll see that little flag instead.
The dismount is gonna
Dude,
Yeah, like how is he gonna get off that thing?
how is he gonna get off that thing?
Oh my gosh.
No, dude, come on.
Hey, thank you, everyone.
All right, see ya.
Oh my gosh.
Look There is no way.
Dude, what a fucking badass. I hope they have the video of him delivering it. Ah, you suck. You got to find that, dude. Google that. There's got to be a video of somebody.
They all cold at this
somebody.
point. That's what I was thinking too. His massive balls act as a counterweight.
Yeah, that's good.
Yeah, I will say it's impressive as shit. Let's see if we can find.
Dude, there's got to be the video when there's no way they didn't videotape this dude delivering that shit when he pulls up.
I think they said his neighbor, somebody's neighbors. Yeah.
How many?
Oh my
Wait,
god!
how many
dude, there he
pizzas
is
is
later
Where
on?
is he going? Please follow him. Go fast.
Oh my god!
We have to see
thank
where he
you.
goes.
Thank somebody followed him. Somebody
ordered
saw
that
this and
many
was like, "We need the
pizzas?"
full video."
No, get closer. He's got his little safety flag.
Do we know anybody over here that has this many people?
Like how this is so impressive that you can find multiple angles on the internet of it happening.
Yeah.
Anybody who sees this
Looks
is just like, what the
lost.
fuck? Like,
Also, what is that? Babe, what is that like? What is he on?
This is one of those one wheels.
okay, that guy.
Like a
knew. I was like,
skateboard?
how does nobody know what a one wheel is? Am I a weirdo?
Okay, wait.
Yeah.
Oh, slow down, dude. Look at these houses. These houses are huge.
Of course, it's going to one of these houses.
Look at this one on the right.
Holy crap.
Oh, is that where it's going?
Oh my god.
How's he can't make it up there with his fucking thing because it's too.
Look how
fucking
slow he's walking.
Cars are watching too. Carrie Underwood, order C.
They better give him such a good tip for this.
You better get a good tip.
Dude, no way.
She loves it.
How is he gonna set that shit down?
These people have so much money too. There's no way they can't afford a tip. It's a ballin' ass
Dude,
house.
no, this is like a 1%er house.
They're, they're
nuts, though.
loving it. They're taking photos.
He's
of
sitting down and then taking it off. What a fucking baller,
Dude,
dude.
what a fucking boss! Holy shit!
Yeah, they said they're having a party. They're TikToking.
And they're
it
taking
for
selfies.
sure.
They're all fucking TikToking it, of course.
Wait, they've got
They're
pizza.
eating it immediately.
He's gonna get tipped, right?
How many people are in that house?
Oh my word!
Do we
It
get
just
to see
folds
the
up. It's a bachelorette party.
Dude, what
Oh
in the
my
fuck
word!
was
It just
that?
folds up. Okay, they tipped him.
Can't see
What they
the
tip
amount,
him?
but hopefully that's at least
Okay,
$20.
they better have tipped
I
him.
know.
Was
That was
that
a
Did they
$1
tip
bill.
you?
What did you say?
Did they tip you?
Did they tip me?
Yeah.
Yeah. They gave me $100.
$100
Oh,
bucks.
that's
Let's
good.
go.
We followed you
Alright,
down
there
the
we
street
go.
down there.
$100
to the
Dude, that's
left.
sweet.
I made
That's
him
worth
follow you,
$100.
'cause
We were
That
actually
was
supposed to go the
definitely
other way.
$100
Wait, I'll let
fucking
you guys
over.
get in front this time.
Okay, you're awesome.
Well, that guy's a legend.
Jesus
Legend.
Christ, dude. That guy earned his fucking 100 bones.
Shout out to that guy at Joe's Pizza. I wonder where that is. Can we look up where Joe's? There's probably so many pizzas called Joe's Pizzas. I'm not even trying to look that up.
That was pretty impressive.
Yeah, Mark needs that guy. You only need one delivery driver, and you
Yeah,
got
that guy has
one wheel
that
guy.
guy has pizza. That guy has pizza experience.
thing I will say though is that they're not using the warming things that keep them warm, which I feel like is like not the
That's
best.
true.
practice.
Although he was wearing a t-shirt, it seemed pretty warm where he was at.
Yeah, that's not the same as like outside weather is not the temperature you're trying to eat your food.
Yeah, I guess that's true too.
I also don't blame him. They don't make a pizza thing. There's no way to deliver that many pizzas in warming things on a one wheel. Not his fault, but as far as if you're ordering that, I feel like that pizza's gonna not be that hot.
Yeah, it's true.
I was watching a documentary. I think it's Pizza Hut is the people that invented the like pizza warming sleeve. And they're like one of the
Oh,
first
really?
restaurants to do delivery, and that's how they like became a business because they like couldn't compete with all the more well-known local chains, so they started offering delivery. And they're like one of the first people to do that, and then they like changed the entire industry. So what happens when you're watching YouTube at 4 a.m. and you fall down a rabbit hole of videos.
Pizza. Get some pizza experience of your own.
And by the way, how many people were there for the bachelorette party? Even if there's 30 people there, that's a pizza person.
That's like a
Agreed.
pizza per person.
That's a lot of pizza for like, I don't know what they're doing there, but
Yeah,
Maybe
there's
that's-
no way they ate all that pizza.
maybe that's their food for like the next week. Maybe there's a giant party in the backyard. That was like a huge, that could have been like I'd say a wedding,
That's
but there's no
true.
way somebody that rich is having
Yeah.
pizza at a wedding. It's probably like a kid's birthday party or something.
You could easily host like 150 or 200 people at a venue like that. So yeah, there could be enough people there to eat all that fucking pizza.
They have no pizza experience.
A massive orgy, yeah, maybe. Although pizza, I don't know. That's a pretty shitty orgy food. It's greasy and
Let's find.
heavy
Let's
in
watch
your
that Papa
stomach.
John video while we're on it. Papa John pizza experience.
Yeah, he has no pizza experience.
I've had over 40 pizzas in the last 30 days. Living currently in Mark Shapiro should be in jail.
He's like so like sweaty and gross. He's like, I've eaten over 40 pizzas the last 30 days, or whatever he says.
Yeah,
I've had
that's what he
over
looks
40
like.
pizzas in the last 30 days. Living currently in Mark Shapiro should be in jail. He has no pizza experience. He's never been in the pizza category. I would just say, stay tuned. The day of reckoning will come. The record will be straight.
Why not set the record straight now? I mean, what is it about the record that's not straight?
Stay tuned.
Oh, that guy. Wasn't this
He has no
after he
pizza
used his favorite N-word?
I don't remember exactly. He definitely said the N-word at some point. I don't remember the context. He tried to say it was in the context of telling somebody else you shouldn't say the N-word, but it's like you don't need to use the full word to tell someone not to say it, my guy. But I don't know. He ended up doing really well because he sold all the stock because they like basically were like, you have to step down as CEO, but you still own like 30% of the stock of the company or whatever. And then he sold most of that, and then their stock tanked after that. So he ended up like winning from like if he would have just sat there, still been the CEO and had the stock, he would have lost a ton of money. I think he might be a billionaire now. It's Papa John net worth. So it worked out all right for him. $2.47 billion as of January 18, 2024.
Damn,
that's the
pizza,
international
dude.
market cap. That's not the person. Papa John.
Okay, I was gonna say
his name
no way.
isn't Papa John. What's he? John Schnattner. What the fuck is his name?
His name's Papa.
Who is the name of Papa? John Schnattner. Let's look up his net worth. 400 million. A measly 400 million. His net worth was worth more than 1 billion. Forbes says in 2017 he's a billionaire. So maybe he still lost money on the stock going down because he didn't sell all of the stock. I like how they have the David Guetta ends racism clip as a featured clip from this one. They know exactly what we want. Wasn't Martin Luther King Day a couple days ago? MLK Day.
It was, yeah, on Monday.
January 15th. So yeah, we got to play this in honor of Martin Luther King Day. It says David Guetta ending racism by doing a remix to MLK. This is the most ridiculous shit.
Oh yeah, classic.
Is in honor of George Floyd, and I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So shout out to his family. I have a dream.
Oof. There's no way that was the actual. That's not
the
the
song
actual
he actually
music.
played. The actual song he plays is actually more ridiculous because he's like remixing MLK speeches. Let's see if I can find that one. David Guetta.
It's
MLK.
yeah. I mean, it's not much better than the fucking hamster dance.
I think it's actually worse because he's like trying to turn an MLK speech into.
Yeah, he like samples
Difficult
I Have a
times.
Dream. It's so
And
great.
America too, actually. The world is going through difficult times. And America too, actually. So last night, I knew we were gonna do this, and I made a special record. So this record is in honor of George Floyd, and I really hope we can see more unity and more peace when already things are so difficult. So shout out to his family. So even though we face the difficulties of today and tomorrow, I still have a dream.
Don't pay fire.
It is a dream deeply rooted in the American dream. I have a dream.
Oh no.
Can't remember any more samples.
I have a dream that one day this nation will rise up, live out the true meaning of its creed. We hold these truths to be self-evident that all men are created equal. I have a dream that one day on the red hills of Georgia,
Oh no.
sons of former slaves and the sons of former slave owners will they be able to sit down together at the table of brotherhood. I have a dream. My four little children.
Yeah, that's how David Guetta ended racism, everybody.
It definitely sounds like he did kind of say we pretty much made. He's like, I heard about this yesterday, so I made this song last night. That's totally how it plays too. So
I don't know.
Shout out to his family.
I mean, his heart is in the right place, but that just seems the entire thing seems a little inappropriate.
Yeah, his heart's in the right place, but I think he's too I think the concept of like the institution of racism in America is just too foreign for this guy to understand.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem like he grew
Pretty
up
sick
in
MLK remix though.
Yeah. I was waiting for the I Have a Dream Today drop. Like, I have a dream today. Some kind of.
Ditto.
I was waiting for the Hampshire Amber. Just
fucking funny.
That was pretty hilarious. That one just kind of undercuts the like aloofness of the shout out to his family.
Yeah.
Classic.
Classic though.
Oh, hey, it's rewards time on Gains Network. Anybody who traded there, you can claim your rewards now. I think, or at least within the next hour or so.
You sent me a news clip for Off the Rails.
Let's see if I got
Oh,
it.
yeah, you showed me. I remember that. Hugo also said he's going to join the fantasy league, so he said to remind you. Here's a reminder. You have until Monday though, so you have until the end of the weekend if you want to join the Counter-Strike Fantasy League. This is from 1994. It's the Cow Bingo Chaos at the Allen High School in Halifax.
Weekend weather forecast, what you can expect when you wake up tomorrow morning.
Plus, there was a cow running loose around Bedford this afternoon. How did that happen? Well, the explanation is utterly ridiculous. Sorry. We'll have it. We're live at 5 returns. Don't move.
Utterly
As well, we
ridiculous.
got just a hilarious, bizarre story for you. It's the story of beef gone bad, a cow on the lamb.
That's right. 10 RCMP officers, a pair of animal control officers, dozens of high school students, and assorted friends and neighbors have spent this Friday afternoon tracking a cow through residential neighborhoods in Bedford and Sac.
That sounds like too many people for this job. They just listed like 20-something people it took to track down a cow.
How you lose a cow? I mean, they loved their puns though. The cow on the lamb, beef gone bad.
They have some sort of comedy writer punching up this news station.
Sackville.
They love
An
that.
ATV camera crew was with them all the way, and ATV's Jonathan Kay joins us now with an utterly ridiculous story. Jonathan.
It's the kind of thing that can only happen here on a Friday afternoon, Nancy. ATV News photographer Kevin McDonald and I were working on a completely different story when our assignment editor called us and told us we were getting calls here in the newsroom of a cow obstructing traffic in a residential neighborhood. Here's what happened. When the cow escaped, it was in the custody of this Bedford High School student. Okay.
I was holding on to the cow when it came out, and it got nervous. And when
Okay, we got cow plots. These are some sort of like cow right advocates.
Yeah, the backstory to this cow's
Yeah, we got
escape.
We got teenagers protesting cow stuff somehow.
I got nervous because all the people had shook and its harness broke, and he took off.
This is great. Aaron Lenz, it got away. That's our quote.
Towards the woods.
What are you looking for? It's a big cow with horns. Oh, yeah. He went that way. Hang on. See him there? Oh, there it is.
might wonder what high school students
The cow has horns. Isn't that a bull?
Yeah.
I feel like that's way more dangerous than a cow.
were doing with a cow on
I
the
think it's
school
like
ground.
it's a bull or it's a steer, depending on if it's like a breeding animal or not breeding. But a male, like that's similar to like a horse being like a stud or a whatever the other word is for stud. That isn't like male horse, but not a breeding horse.
Does that
But I
mean
think
they're
a
like
steer
does that
is
mean
a
they
male
chop their
cow,
balls off,
and
or
then
does
a,
that just mean they don't
I
use
think
them
a
for
bull
mating?
is a bull definitely has the horns, but I think a steer is also a cow with horns.
Okay.
Or maybe I'm just full of shit.
I don't.
know. I
This
have
is
to
out
look
of my
at that.
jurisdiction. I don't know.
In the first place. Well, they were getting ready for an annual event called Cow Patty Bingo. Squares are marked on the school field, and if the cow
So this wasn't even protesting, or I don't know. I'm sure they'll find out.
does his business on your square, you win. This year, things went wrong.
What an entertaining game! You walk them around. If they shit on your square, you win money. That I've never seen before. They got some wild stuff going on out in Halifax.
At them four, I'm on the side of the road there with the students there just to do a search party for that missing cow.
Oh, I was super right.
Okay, we just tranquilized the cow now.
Can I go?
He's been tranquilized. He's just going to drop. He's just going to drop.
The cow's owner says people often misjudge just how big, powerful, and unpredictable the animals can be.
Never gonna pitch it.
Let it rest. Let it drop, and then we'll get it once it's down. There's no sense in chasing it the rest of the day.
That particular member of the RCMP hasn't
That thing was fucking trucking after getting tranquilized.
Yeah, dude. After
received
getting
his wish yet, though, Nancy and Paul. Right now, that cow is still out here somewhere. We'll let you know how it turns out.
Dude, right, he's like right now that cow is partying.
Wow.
Dude, that cow is loving those trank drugs. So I was super right, by the way, and it's colt. It's for horses. It's either a stud or a colt, based on if it's of breeding age or has its balls still. And with a cow, it's the same. A male cow that doesn't have its balls and was castrated before it became breeding age is a steer, and a male cow that has its balls and is a breeding cow is a bull.
Steer is a young neutered male cattle primarily raised for beef, is what Mocha says.
Yeah, there you go. So I was close with what I thought it was. So a cow with horns would be a steer.
Yuka says that was the preppy high school where all the rich kids go. I feel like even out where you are, the rich kids are
Yeah.
doing pretty redneck stuff.
The rich kids, I mean, have cows. That's kind of cool.
I don't think they were the owners of the cow. The owner of the cow brought it to the school for that game, the bingo game.
That's cool too, though. They got access to cows.
Y'all got
like
access to cows? You're fucking real preppy.
I don't know. I don't know if you. I haven't seen access to cows at my schools.
Yeah, what-
Although I don't know. I didn't really go to super preppy schools.
Our high school had we were called the Indians, and then they changed the mascot for cultural appropriation reasons mid school for me, and they changed from the Indians to the Eagles. That's what we had going
Yeah,
on.
that was probably a good idea.
And we did not have any games where Native Americans would shit on bingo things for us. Never got to see that.
No.
What was Bellevue?
no
Did Bellevue
cows.
College have a mascot? I don't think we had any sports teams or anything.
I didn't really pay attention enough.
I don't think community colleges usually do. Bellevue College sports. Let's
It
see.
probably did. I feel like it was probably
They're
going
the
to be
Bulldogs.
like some.
The
Okay,
Bellevue
there you go.
Bulldogs.
Okay, I figured they did. Right there you go. So they did.
Wait, is this even the right Bellevue College?
That sounds about right. I think I like
It's
vaguely
425.
remember.
Yeah, that's the
Bulldogs.
right. That's where Max and I went to a community college, but it's now a full college. So we kind of lucked out that they upgraded the they upgraded the legitimacy of the community college we went to. So now it looks like we got a 2-year degree from a 4-year college.
No big deal.
That was skill. We were banking on that.
I even had my high school pay for most of it.
No, I went to Bellevue College during high school. It's fully paid for by Running Start. I think
Yeah,
there are a
that
few
was the
things they didn't
shit.
pay for, but
Yeah, you had to pay for your own books and like I think parking and stuff, but everything else was covered.
Bellevue College didn't have a mascot 20 years ago. I believe it. I think when they were community college, they were less. I don't Actually, no, I do remember because I remember the baseball team used to work out. The baseball team used to work out while I was doing my, like, I didn't take gym in high school, so I had to take, it was just like the gym class that you took in.
Oh yeah, the free weights or whatever, open
it was like,
gym.
It was open gym, and you could just literally do anything in the gym for 45 minutes, and you got a credit like every time you went.
Yeah, you like clock in. You like clock into the gym, and I did that for like 3 quarters or whatever semester.
I had a friend who used to do
my high school gym.
He's like, yeah, man, I just fucking like listen to music and then I bring out a yoga mat and I just tell them I'm doing child's pose if anybody asks what I'm doing. he's like, I have no idea how to do yoga. I just sit on the mat and like, I don't know what child's pose is. I think it's just like a basic pose. Child's pose. Yeah, it's just, this is child's pose.
It's just the yoga.
You just
thing.
sit on your knees with your arms forward. He's like, yeah, I'm doing yoga. I'm doing child's pose. Fuck off.
That's funny. I know somebody who would just go and walk on the treadmill at like low for like 40
That was
minutes.
me. I used to go 1 mile per hour, and then I used to have my book out, and I used to study for the tests at the next.
That's too
so
funny.
Like, I had astronomy at like 7:45, so I'd go to the gym at 6:45 and study for the test. 1 mile per hour on the treadmill, reading the book, and then do my homework for the class afterwards. I was fucking double tasking. I never did any legitimate workouts. Would only do the treadmill at the lowest speed, and nobody would ever say anything.
I did legit workouts there. It was funny, but I did it like way early in the morning at like 7 a.m. or some shit.
I took night classes. I didn't want to wake up. I took 0 classes in high school. So
I took morning classes. I was out of school. I was out of school at like 8 a.m. Like sometimes I would see like Jay and Wilson and then
trying
driving
to fucking
to
wake
high
up
school.
at 6 a.m. though. That's the entire reason I did it. So I didn't have to wake up that fucking early.
Yeah, but by the time like everyone else was like going to school, I was done for the day and I was going home playing video games. And
I also did the
around.
2 day a week
Fucking
classes. So like there's days I just didn't have to go to school. I did like Tuesday, Thursday classes, but they're like twice as long, so that kind of sucked. But good old Bellevue College, BCC as we called it.
The reset position for yoga. Okay, that must be child's pose.
I remember I thought it was funny when my friends like, yeah, like I don't even go on the treadmill. I'll just fucking sit on the yoga mats. And then if they like anybody questioned him because you're supposed to be working out or you didn't get credit, he's like, oh, like I'm just resting. I'm gonna go back to like go to child's pose when they start. It's like that shit's funny.
Yeah.
The baseball guys would go fucking hard though. I always remember feeling like as a fraud because the baseball guys would be lifting like a shit ton of weight and they'd work out around the same time that I was doing my 1 mile per hour walks.
There's a dude who would work out at the early morning too, and he was just like crazy ripped and would bench press like absurd amounts of weight. I don't know what's a lot of weight. I don't do that stuff, but he was like, he'd always like make noises doing it, like, like it's just
That's
like, dude, come on.
That's how the
like,
fucking baseball team was too. They would hype each other up. They'd be like, "You can pick the fantasy players now, Uga. Fantasy is open and it goes until like Monday."
You can pick your team today, and then you can keep tinkering with it all the way up until the game starts. Damn it.
I'm gonna gut feeling ace the picks. You can try. Max did some picks. I did some picks. I'm excited. I got to remind Mark. Mark's pretty busy, so I'll remind him again this weekend that he should. Mark actually knows a good amount about Counter-Strike. I think KY is probably our most knowledgeable Counter-Strikean. So he actually does like I think he bets on like the individual matches and stuff. Let's see. Is there anything else we want to watch before we do this giveaway and end the stream? I got music I got to work on, so can't stream all day.
Yeah, see how Paul's doing. He was feeling sick after the booster shot yesterday. I had a little bit of a sore arm yesterday, but I'm feeling fine today.
I feel like you guys
Paul
traded
said
because
he's-
Paul was talking shit the first day. He's like, "Oh yeah, you feel
He was
tired? Like
talking
you can't do
mad
this."
shit,
Talking
dude.
mad shit, and the
Today
next day
he-
he got wiped out. He got
He was like all wiped
instant
out
karma.
and sore all over. That's what you get, dude. Don't be talking shit.
The one thing I'll say,
shit's-
Uga, is I think Toon picked the most common pick for everything. So you're gonna tie if you pick. Like you should pick at least one person that isn't the top picked in each category, or you're gonna tie with. Like if everybody picks the same players, I guess if you pick a different captain, you're fine. But you
You
most
can pick
likely are
whoever's
not
the
going to
steadiest.
win if you pick the exact same team as someone else.
I picked people with cool names.
I'd say like
and they
just
had
stick
pretty
with
high percentages.
the top 3 in each category, because there's like usually at least 3 people that have like 10 to 30% in each category, and just like mix that up in 1 to 2 categories, and then you might have a good team. The one I feel like I can't say don't pick is Zywoo though. Zywoo is such a fucking stud. It'll be crazy if Zywoo does bad this tournament. It's gonna wreck 70% of the people's lineups. The 30% that didn't pick Zywoo are gonna fucking do great. But Zywoo, I don't know. I wouldn't bet against him. Man's not hot. Tell him to take off his jacket, but man's not hot. Do you remember that song?
Yeah, that was good.
I want to play it, but we'll get fucking copyright claimed. All right, we'll do a couple more videos of satisfying videos and then do this giveaway. Unless anybody has anything else they wants to check out.
Yeah, let's see a satisfying. I could go for that.
People making mugs. Oh, I kind of want to play a song that I'm working on. I can do that while we're watching satisfying videos. I recorded some new guitar on it. I need the remix of the guitar is like absurdly loud, but I'm pretty happy with it. I couldn't figure out, I didn't like the guitar part, and I recorded like 5 of them last night, and I feel like now it's finally coming together. It's too loud.
Easy, easy, it's so easy.
This is Gyrating Hips with Dr. Television.
It's so easy when you know what you're doing. It's so easy when you know how. It's so easy when you know what you're doing, yeah. So easy when you're doing it now. I know that your love was my undoing. It's the money that got in the way. Whenever things get a little bit trouble, you pack it up, you take a holiday. And it's so easy when you know what you're doing. It's so easy when you know how. It's so easy when you know what you're doing, yeah. So easy when you're doing it now. We've got to trust each other blindly. Only then will we have eyes to see. What we make of this life never comes easy. Our hearts are tempered by adversity. Just as the baby cries out for its mother, so we all must cry out for each other. And like a willow bending with the breeze, so we're bending with each other's knees. It's so easy when you know what you're doing. It's so easy. It's so easy when you know how. It's so easy. It's so easy, easy, easy. It's so easy. So easy when you're doing it now. It's so easy, easy, easy. It's so easy. It's so easy, easy. It's so easy. It's so easy, easy. It's so easy. It's so easy when you're doing it now.
It's a good song to go with those videos.
And yeah, that's me playing all the instruments and mixing, and then my buddy Ari singing. Thank you. Subscription, Walter. We appreciate it.
Heyo.
That song's that's a cover from Ted Lucas called "It's So Easy." I need to remix the guitar, but I kind of like the weird psychedelic vibe that's going on in the choruses. It's that was featured in an episode of, I think, Righteous Gemstones, like at the end of one of the episodes of Righteous Gemstones.
Oh.
I think that's where Ari found it and he liked it and he wanted to cover it. I think I got the chords wrong too. Like I didn't notice until after I like finished it. It's like the chords are not even the same as the original song. I'm like, oops, that's not how the original goes, but it kind of ends up being a cooler cover because we changed it.
Yeah.
I'm excited with that one. I can play another one while we're chilling. It's gonna fuck up the
That
video.
one is pretty dope. I like that one too.
I'm working on another one with my buddy Tyler. He's in Nashville. I met him in LA, but he moved to Nashville, Tennessee. Now he does music out there, but we've been working on this digitally. And this one's a little more rock and roll, but here we go.
Now I don't wanna sound like I run around playing every heart I see, but I can't help feeling like you're holding me down, trying to squeeze the stone till it bleeds. I don't want to hurt you, just set you free. You can count on my loving while I'm around, but nothing else is guaranteed. I ain't saying you ain't a pretty thing. When I hear your voice, my heart might sing. I just can't be tied to your apron strings, and I'm not letting nobody clip my wings. Clip my wings. Lately you've been asking around for me, keeping track of where I've been, carving our initials on every tree. My patience is wearing thin. I don't want to hurt you, just set you free. You can count on my loving while I'm around, but nothing else is guaranteed. I ain't saying you ain't a pretty thing. When I hear your voice, my heart might sing. I just can't be tied to your apron string, and I'm not letting nobody clip my wings. Clip my wings.
That one's called Blood from a Stone by Tyler Hutton and the Gyrating Hips. I'm the Gyrating Hips. Tyler Hutton is the singer. And that one's got my other buddy from Nashville, Robert Leday, on Fender Rhodes piano. And then it's got a bassist. I don't remember his last name. His name is Andrew from Los Angeles. So that one's got a couple people from Los Angeles, a couple people from Nashville. I think he's playing a semi-hollow guitar for that. He's playing the lead guitar. I'm playing the rhythm guitar, and then I did the drums. He played all the the solos and stuff, and I play just the Chuck Berry. For me, I believe I recorded it on this guitar. Rickenbacker. 360. 360, is that the number? I guess I also I wrote the song. Besides, like, I wrote the instrumental and he wrote the lyrics. Started out with just get this mic down to my guitar, but I was just doing the Chuck Berry thing. I just sent him that, and then he wrote the chorus. That's like the A section, and then he wrote the B section, and then once he finished writing the lyrics, then I added drums, bass, guitar, and keys, but then I didn't like my bass playing in my keyboard playing, so I sent it to more talented keyboard and bass players than myself. And then they did that, but my guitar is kind of low in the mix. I don't know. I feel like my I always try to make myself the quietest in the mix. I'm just like, yeah, like I'm the worst person on this track, so I'm just gonna fucking have my shit kind of buried as like the anchor, and then everybody else is playing off of me. So I kind of think the keyboard playing is more interesting than my playing, and then the lead guitar is also more interesting than my guitar playing. So I'm kind of just anchoring it, but the rhythm guitar is in there, buried in the mix. That it's like Bruce Springsteen when he plays live. Bruce Springsteen's playing guitar, and then he's got two guitar players behind him, and you don't. he's basically muted. He's just there to fucking hold a guitar and look cool, and then all the other people are providing all the sound.
Nice.
Elvis was also kind of like that sometimes. Like you'll see Elvis holding a guitar, but the band is like 90% of the mix. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that one could be a little stronger. We're still, I think I want to record an acoustic guitar part. The first and second verse are a little too similar for my liking. I like to create some interest. Like if it sounds like just like a loop behind the song, then like I feel like people kind of just tune out and get bored of it. So as a producer, I kind of like the second verse to mix it up from the first verse, like the arrangement. And I think maybe the first verse will be acoustic. Then electric comes in the chorus, and then the acoustic drops out, and electric's the second verse, and then the second chorus has acoustic and electric. It all comes together. It was not like an eight track as far as like a tape machine or anything. I do have 8 inputs on my audio interface, but it's on this Apollo 8, which is an 8-track, 8-channel thing. But once you record it digitally, it's more than 8 channels, or it's more than 8 tracks. Also, I'm recording with people all around the country. As far as like, that was not done live. The people in Nashville recorded separately over the internet. I actually used Discord, was using Discord for that, where like I'll do a Discord video call and they share their audio from their thing, and then like I'll hear them play piano through the song, and they're like, oh, I like this, can you change this? And I digitally produce it over the internet. But yeah, that's how that's coming together. We're hopefully going to finish it soon. My buddy's computer broke in the middle of recording, which is why it's not done yet. The guy who's singing, he's going to do the acoustic guitar part, and he wanted to redo some of the vocals and do like a vocal harmony over one part. And then it's pretty much good to go. The It's So Easy one is pretty much good to go. Let's see, I might have I can play some of the other ones. Got a bunch of songs that should be dropping soon. I like Faces. That's probably one of my favorites that we're working on. So Ari redid the vocals on this, so I got to remix it. I'll probably do that tonight. And we're also going to work on Disco Jones vocals tonight.
Oh, nice. I like that one. Disco Jones.
All right, last song, and then we'll do our giveaway and call the stream.
You take my love for granted. You give my gifts away to someone else. I wait all night for you. I fight for you. Defend you when you're not even beside yourself. There's just no good left in people. No, there's some good left in me. We're all just fighting valuable. We can't be right. We've got to agree. I've got to face it. I got to face it. I've 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 got to face it.
This part of taking out, there's like a weird psychedelic. Ooh, this got cut.
Don't smoke inside. Try to switch to coffee. The neighbors hate your body more than they hate the war. I put my money in a bloodshed, baby. I slam my dick in a drawer. I got to meet me where I am. Meet me where I am. Meet me where I am. Meet me. Oh, I've got to face it. 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 I've got to face it.
If it doesn't have a Phil Collins-esque drum break, what are you even doing? I can feel it coming in the air tonight. Hold on. I fucking love that song. And for whatever reason, this song reminded me of Phil Collins a bit, where it's kind of like chill, but like has constant tension. So it's like, I want a big drum fill. All right, let's do this giveaway. I'm going for almost 2 hours.
Let's
I feel like
do
it's a pretty
it.
solid stream. Appreciate everybody for hanging out.
Thanks for joining, guys. It's fun.
Listening to my musics. I'm excited. None of those are done yet, so all those songs should hopefully get better, assuming I don't fuck up the mixes. And hopefully they'll all. I think we're gonna try to release like one a month over the next 2 to 3 months. So look out on YouTube and Spotify and places where you find your musics. I think we're doing lyric videos. We were gonna shoot some music videos, but it's looking like lyric videos. And then if people like the lyric videos, we might go into a more full production for a music video. Just a lot of effort to do music videos for every song, which is what I used to do. And kind of the new meta is like you put shit out on like Instagram and you put shit out on like TikTok, and like if something gets a ton of views for your lyric video, then you know people like it and it's worth investing the time to do a more fully produced music video. That's sort of like the new meta is like put out short clips of shit and don't spend a bajillion hours on something people might not even like. So we're going to start out with some more simple videos, and then if people like it, we will do some more. We did
That's a
Wax
good
Wednesday
idea.
yesterday. You can check it out. It's on
Yeah,
YouTube.
we went over a bunch of shit and Wax.
Looked at
There's
Woofy,
actually
the
good.
new Wax meme coin, and
Yeah.
we looked at Music Mogul, the new Wax or Tyranno, now Tyranno Studio, used to be Wax Studios game that dropped yesterday. So if you're interested, you can check that out. If not, we'll probably talk about it more next week. But yeah, we did Wax Wednesdays
Yeah, our
yesterday.
takeaway was to kind of wait and see how that shit goes. So if you don't find out about it till next week, you'll be fine.
Yeah. For Music Mogul especially, and also for Woofy, we wouldn't really recommend aping in, was kind of the general consensus.
Yeah,
of that.
Woofy you will get if you have Wax either staked or just in your wallet liquid.
If
So
you have
at the end of the month,
1,000 to
there's an airdrop.
10,000, 10,000 is the top tier, and you get all the 9 previous tiers, you will get airdropped Woofy to your wallet. So, I mean, it can't hurt if you get free tokens to be able to sell. What the value will be is unclear. Whether or not they'll have any sort of long-term sustainability, unclear. But if you already have the wax, why not? Why not play with it?
Right? Why not get some free Woofy tokens? And it sounds like they'll be given out to several other projects out on the Wax chain. So look out for potential Woofy rewards, across the Wax ecosystem.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit them up as Neon Space and see if they will give any to our community. All right, let's go. Let's do our giveaway. Thanks for hanging, everybody. Tomorrow, I think I'm gonna try to play Dave the Diver on the stream, but it's a Web 2 game, not on the blockchain, but it looks really fun. It's like an RPG mixed with a restaurant simulator, and it looks like it has like a cool artwork and like a lot of love went into it. So I'll probably play that tomorrow. And if people are interested, I'd be down to maybe play some Counter-Strike 2, maybe play some of the finals, since Dave the Diver is only one player. But I at least want to start the story because I've been waiting to start it on stream because I feel like the intro is going to be cool. And
yeah,
I want to play it in my free time, so I want to get that shit started. So after stream, I can play it. I'll probably be nerding out about the NFL playoffs this weekend. I'm in like another 10 fantasy competitions for daily fantasy for that. It's pretty cool when you're doing the 25-cent competitions because I feel like you can enter a bunch of them without like really worrying about losing money. I'm in like 12 competitions and spending a total of $6. That can't be right. I'm not spending more than $2 in any competitions and spending 25 cents on a bunch. There must be an overtime. Boom Shankar, congrats. You won yourself a Crittercraft Neon Space Pack, one of the last ones left in our wallet. I don't know if anybody has any ideas, who should we collab with? We want to do another collab pack of some sort. Collab artwork, so we have stuff to give away on stream, and then we usually give some to the community we collaborate with. So if you have any ideas, we need some more giveaway fuel. So let us know who you think deserves it. Who on Wax is still kicking, making cool shit, and would maybe appreciate a neon version of one of their artworks.
Still selling fake
311. Sick band, mint number. I actually really don't like 311, but it is a band. If you like weird, watered down white people reggae, check out 311. Sorry if I offended any 311 fans, just not for me. I feel like there's like a whole wave, like Sublime kind of like launched a whole wave of people that made worse music that was kind of like Sublime that got popular afterwards. And I would put 311 in that category. And I'm just a hater ass bitch, so don't mind me.
Yeah, that too, huh?
Neon Rug Ape. I don't know how that would work. You just take their like horrible drawing and outline it.
That would be kind of hilarious, actually.
Who do you think will win the NFL? My bet right now is for, well, not bet, but I guess my bet and also my heart. I bet on some teams I shouldn't have for, like, my playoff bracket's fucked. I thought the Dolphins were going to make it. I thought the Browns were going to make it. Like, I might get every single choice wrong is where I'm at in my bracket. But the teams that aren't out yet, I kind of want the 49ers to win. I just kind of like the 49ers. I like their team this year. But I feel like the Baltimore is the favorites because Baltimore already beat the 49ers this year. So if they both make it to the Super Bowl, Baltimore should be favored to win. But I don't know. I'd like Deebo Samuel on my fantasy team this year, and I really like Deebo. I think Christian McCaffrey is fucking super baller. I like Brandon Ayuk. I also had one of my fantasy teams. George Kittle. Like, I feel like every skill position on their offense, I like the player. And I feel like Baltimore just has like an insanely good defense, and Lamar Jackson carries their team. But I like Baltimore too. I like Zay Flowers, the rookie, is pretty sick. And even like Isaiah Likely, I'm playing him in my daily fantasy. He's the tight end that took over from Mark Andrews after he got injured. That guy's doing really good. Odell Beckham Jr. is pretty sweet too. So I don't know. But those are like, those are the two favored teams that are kind of like not bold predictions. My bold predictions are already out. I really wanted the Dolphins to make it far. The Dolphins are one of my favorite teams for the same reason, like Jalen Waddle, Tyreek Hill, Raheem Mostert, Achane. All their skill position players are really fun to watch. But we could do a Neondago. The only thing I don't know that would be a little worry about that, just to be honest, is you have the AI tag and we don't have the AI tag. So I don't know if us copying your AI artwork puts us into the AI category, which I would not want to flag our collection for that, just because we do hand draw all of our artwork besides that. So that would worry me. But if that wasn't an issue, I would be down to do it because we like your dogs, the little corgis.
Yeah. The Korg.
Nora Jones album is coming out. I like Nora Jones. Did she do a record with Danger Mouse? Okay, we're not ending the stream yet. We're getting off the rails, but I now need to know. Wikipedia, Nora Jones. I want to say she did something with Danger Mouse that I liked. She's on Blue Note. Yeah, here we go. Little Broken Hearts, 5th studio album. The album is produced by Brian Burton, better known as Danger Mouse. I listen to every album Danger Mouse does. I think he's one of the best producers in the game. I wonder if he's done anything recently. I haven't been following his career super closely. Let's see. Danger Mouse discography. I found Danger Mouse because he did Gnarls Barkley. I feel like everybody knows. Does that make you crazy?
Yeah.
That song, he's like the co-writer. CeeLo Green, who's now canceled. I think CeeLo Green got excommunicated from the entire entertainment industry, but it was one half CeeLo Green, and then Danger Mouse did all of the like instrumentals and producing and stuff. I also like Broken Bells. That's with the guy from the Shins. It's one half the guy from the Shins, one half Danger Mouse. He did who else did he work with? He worked with Karen O. He did an album. Karen O is from the Yeah Yeah Yeahs. But I really like his production. He also got famous for he did the Gray album, which was mixing the Black album by Jay-Z with the White album by the Beatles. He did raps over Beatles instrumentals. That kind of launched his career, but honestly not my favorite. And he's worked with a bunch of other people too. Like he did Attack and Release for the Black Keys and Brothers. Those are two of my favorite Black Keys albums. His work with Sparkle Horse is really great. Electric Guest, Mondo, great album. U2 album, I'm just going to forget that happened. He got so big with working on all these kind of like smaller artists that he started working with some really big artists. And those like Red Hot Chili Peppers album, also like not my favorite of his work. He started working with legacy artists. That's what I'd call like U2 and Red Hot Chili Peppers, who wrote great music 30 years ago, but like are not doing creatively interesting things now. He did 25 with Adele, or at least he took part in it. The Michael Kiwanuka album, Love and Hate, is fantastic. It's like soul folk plus Pink Floyd. That shit is just an absolutely fabulous album. Parquet Courts, Wide Awake is also super cool. Kiwanuka by Michael Kiwanuka is great. Oh shit, he worked on the new MGMT album that's not out yet. Let's fucking go. I was talking about how much I liked them the other day. I guess he also produced friggin' Feel Good Inc. and Dirty Harry by Gorillaz. But
damn.
I love Danger Mouse. I think he's one of the best producers in the game. Him and Dan Auerbach. Dan Auerbach from the Black Keys is one of the best producers. $10 hours ago. I'll have to check out the new Nora Jones. I'm not like the biggest fan, but I like what I've heard. Should we do Buying the Dip? What should we do for our buyout song? Also, Idols released a new song yesterday.
It is a dippy day.
What else could we play? It sucks the Korn song now gets us flagged. We can't play the...
I know, right?
Justice.
It has the juice.
I think Justice is supposed to have a new album this year too, which they've released like 3 or 4 albums in their entire history of a band. So that's pretty big news. Electronic music. Thank you for the follow, Jag89 City.
Nice, thanks. Yeah.
All right, I'm gonna do Buying the Dip, and then we're gonna raid into someone before I go off the rails talking about music for another fucking 2 hours.
Buying the dip.
I have to go
Buying
work on
the
my
dip.
own music, not just rant
just
about
talk
other
about it.
people's music. Here we go.
Your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you, with you. Oh man, your boy Kevin just lost lots of money. Oh, but that's okay. I am with you. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
First of all this whining by Wall Street is making me sick. 140% of GameStop was short. GameStop was short. You can't allow Wall Street to short 75% of its stock, crush these companies into the dirt, thousands of stocks into the dirt. Then when the individual makes money, everyone's entrepreneurs. I have a kid who bought a house, paid $50,000 and bought a house. After decades of the short, you have to accept the fact that individual investors are playing the same game that you're playing, and now you're losing.
Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening? Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, push it, push it, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it, buy the dip, buy the dip. Here we go, come on, push it. Oh my God, what's happening?
There's a lot of power in organizations online. It's pretty nice
Thank you
people
for the
can get
cheers and
together on
whatnot.
Subreddit. Think it's really funny.
Yeah.
GameStop stock is going up. and
Thanks for
it's
hanging today,
promotion
guys.
that way. There's 20,000
Yeah, good.
people live in a Discord.
Good stream. Thanks for hanging out.
Emojis, yelling,
I
If anyone
enjoyed
wants to
it.
hang, we'll be in Discord. I'll be working on music and peek in the Discord. So if you have any questions about our opinions on Woofy or the stuff from yesterday, Music Mogul, I'm happy to walk you through my strategies. And if not, we'll see you tomorrow. We'll be gaming out tomorrow. Maybe do a couple giveaways. But
Dave
peace
the
out.
Diver.
Have a good evening, everybody.
See you.